Bam, we're live. I forgot to send Hunter the link. My fault. Shit. Now he got it. Done. Hi. Good morning. Live call-in show featuring Hunter McIntyre. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. I better go over here and make sure YouTube's working right. Good morning, guys. I'm tripping on this one particular incident that happened yesterday. Oh, yeah, I knew it. I had monetization turned off. I have to be making coin off this. Oh, and same with this one. There was one particular incident yesterday that was quite remarkable. I feel like it was a monumental moment for the podcast, a defining moment for the podcast. It was when the great Heidi mentioned the lady who runs the fake Sevan Podcast Instagram account. She mentioned that she wished Ellie would come clean, the girl from Mayhem. And the girl from Mayhem, Ellie, just bam, right there in the comments goes, "Here I am. What you got? I'll talk to you anytime you want." And she didn't let it just drop at that either. She was like, anyway, I thought it was fascinating that here we are on this platform. There is this community. There are these people, Heidi, Gabe, Richard Margarine, Dick Butter, Alyssa Larson, Alyssa Carr, Ridow, Bruce Wayne. There's these people who are just like always on, right? And they're the crew, the posse. Wow. I think I can hear you. Oh shit, your audio is fucked. And wait. You're in the are you in the bathroom? Are you in the toilet? That's the worst audio I've ever had from a guest. Would you say this is all your fault or my fault? I'd put it on you. Hey, you know what's going on is I think it's the mic. Maybe the microphone on your computer is the one in use. Did you see a settings? Maybe go to settings, and then there'll be a tab that says audio, and then for microphone, use the drop-down menu. Pardon me? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fuck.
Say something now.
Oh, you're good.
Fuck, that was legendary, dude. I imagine that these kind of levels of miscommunication happen in like fighter jets and shit, and it's like life or death, and that's the kind of feeling that I had going on. Things were tingling.
Yeah, because you take the show seriously.
That's what I was saying, dude. That's why I dressed up. I kind of checked in on your show since I've been gone, and I'm not gonna lie, you got some half-ass guests. They don't. You got all these personal trainers showing up in like old like Goodwill Lululemon outfits that they borrowed, and your boy shows up primed.
My show is peaking. Please don't put down my guests.
I'm just saying, they don't care. You remember back in the day when people got on flights and they like dressed up really nicely and like it was like a real...
shorts. Yeah, no one would have ever been on shorts on an airplane.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what's happening in the podcast industry. Yeah. I mean, this right here is $1,000 fur jacket. There was like 75 minks killed to make this jacket.
Can you back up a little bit? Can I see it?
You see this patch right here? That's a gang patch.
That looks like a cotton quilt. That doesn't look like mink to me.
Well, dude, you don't have that kind of high-end screen where you can see all them little furs.
Are you kidding me? I have the $7,000 screen from Apple, the one that no one has.
That's cheap shit right there. I'm beyond that.
I might have to put on my fancy glasses for the show today.
Oh,
and my wristbands.
Damn, because you start to sweat when you start to get excited.
I do. Hunter, we had a guy on yesterday who popped for steroids at the CrossFit Games, and
fucking told you, bro.
You're a good dude. Not steroids, something else. DWF151617. And
is that a real thing?
It's a bunch of numbers, I threw the piece of paper away. It's GW51018. I honestly don't know. But he popped, and then they said that, and then basically he said he made a post on his Instagram that said, "Yeah, I was in a dark place. I was feeling insecure. Is the only thing, you know. I mean, he owned it. He owned up to it, you know." And then And then at the event, he beat Patrick Vellner in event number 1 and event number 2. He ended up taking 5th in the semifinals. That's the event before you go to the CrossFit Games. But he did win a couple events there and kicked ass. Anyway, he came on the show and he came clean. And while he was coming clean,
this isn't like one of those confession boxes though in the Roman Catholic Church. Like, I don't give a shit.
You don't give a shit about what?
Confessing. You're an asshat. You're a fucking cheater. And now you're getting some attention on Morning Chalk Up and on the Sevan show. Like, cheaters are still cheater. It's kind of like, they made this whole movie about the guy from Wolf of Wall Street. That dude's a fucking scumbag. He stole money from people, and then all of a sudden, to get out of being in more trouble, he ratted out all of his friends so that he could get a lesser sentence for himself. This guy, I don't know who the fuck he is, but he's a piece of shit. There's people out there that work their asses off, me included. And, dude, the whole sport, there's so many sports. It's not specific to CrossFit, but there's just so many losers out there. I'm reading right now about the another book about Lance Armstrong and the whole operations they did. Greg LeMond, probably the greatest cyclist in American history outside of Lance Armstrong. He basically admitted that he had to pull out of cycling.
Your mom? Oh.
No, mom. My mom was a babe at the time, and she would be a reason.
All right.
But he had to pull out of cycling because the amount of drugs that were so substantial, you could no longer be a participant. So, I don't know, man. Whoever this dude is, he's a fucking dick. And so many other losers keep on getting popped for it right now, too. Like, I know these people at Coda CrossFit in Colorado, and they're partnering CrossFit out of Oklahoma. They're partnering CrossFit. One of their business partners beat them going in, so they couldn't make it. And they got popped for not the people in Colorado, my friends, the people out of Oklahoma who have a partner in CrossFit with them, their business partners, they got popped for steroids. And these are business fucking partners, and you're cheating your own fucking friends. I'm like, what kind of douchebag must you be? I mean, you're not even going to make it to the podium in the CrossFit Games. You are basically like a junior varsity volleyball player, like doing some like sandball tournament, and you're popping peds. The fuck's wrong with you people? Did I wake somebody up? Yeah.
Fucking these comments, listen, look at the comments because they know me. Sevan looks so down. Poor Sevi. This is Hunter's last appearance.
Why? Because you believe in the underdog taking
This is
steroids?
an amazing comparison. You're so right. God, you're a dickhead, dude.
I mean, listen.
Sorry. I shouldn't. I'm gonna say, look at me. Look at what I did. I'm upset that you have a different opinion than me, and instead of like going toe to toe with you with opinions, I just attack your character. It's unnecessary, Sevan. Don't do that to Hunter. It's unnecessary.
Well, I'm just confused. Do you believe in the storyline of an underdog that cheats to take somebody like Patrick Vellner down? And you have a relationship with Patrick Vellner. I have a relationship with Patrick Vellner. I know the person. He's a stand-up person. He shows up. He competes. And now there's some douchebag that's now getting attention right now for cheating, and then all of us admitting to cheating. Oh, I was depressed. I had to take steroids so I could feel better next to Patrick Vellner. Like, whatever, dude. Pick every fucking letter in the alphabet and then put some numbers next to it. That's whatever the fuck you put in your system. I don't give a shit. You're a piece of fucking dirt, dude. You're a personal trainer that showed up to some competition and expect to be a fucking contender next to the real big dogs. Fuck you, bro.
When does he? What do you like? Let me ask you some questions, some leading questions, Hunter.
Go ahead.
Let me try to manipulate you. When if someone tests positive, is there a distinction between a guy like Lance Armstrong who didn't come clean and instead started suing people versus a guy who gets caught and comes clean even before CrossFit or announces it? They said, come out with your hands up, and he came out with his hands up, as opposed to the guy who comes out of the bank shooting and starts hurting people. You don't have a distinction between those two people?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
It's like me killing somebody and then all of a sudden, instead of getting in a car and driving away from the cops, turning myself in. Who's the better fucking guy? You still killed somebody. What a saint. He turned himself in. It's just like this dude who shot up everybody in Highland Park. Like, he's just because he didn't make himself worse by getting in a shootout with the cops. Like, what the fuck, man? You're still a cheating piece of shit. And Lance Armstrong just had more resources to be a better cheater than this dude did. Hallelujah. He was fucking broke and his situation didn't work out, so he turned himself in early. I don't know, man. He probably knew the writing was on the wall that he would probably get tested within a certain period of time. And, I'm glad that all these people are getting caught.
No, he did. He got tested and he popped. He got tested and he popped. They sent him a letter. They said, "Hey, we've your urine sample has a banned substance in it." He
got popped and then he came out.
Yes.
Oh, yes. So he fucking got caught. This dude's a fucking piece of shit. There's no way to support this piece of shit. I mean, Hunter couldn't do anything. There's no toilet that this dudes deserve to live in. He should bottom of the barrel type shit. This is one of those toilets that you go to in the park that doesn't even have water. You just sit in a fucking pool of other shit until they suck it out of there. That's how shitty this person is.
No one is suggesting. I think no one is suggesting that what he did is right.
So what are we suggesting?
But the vast majority, yesterday in the show, I made it very clear that I think people who attack someone who's down are pieces of shit.
Oh, not me.
I do. So
what do you mean?
So you're saying at the crucifix of Jesus, you'd have come with a fucking bucket full of tomatoes and just started throwing them at this motherfucker.
Listen,
he's already on the cross. He's got nails on him.
Different storylines that you guys can have to make this action that I'm taking right now look bad. And if you decide to bring in Jesus into this, yeah, sure, you can make me look bad.
Anyone. Let me. Guy robs a. First of all, I don't think doing PEDs in the relative big picture scheme of things is that big of a deal. But I do see what you're saying. You've given your whole life to a sport, and all of a sudden, some guy beats you because he's on drugs. He gets caught and he comes clean right away. By comes clean right away, he doesn't say, "Hey, the only if you like your girlfriend."
I ate horse meat.
I took a load of Hunter semen in my gullet.
Boyfriend a blowjob, I got his PEDs in my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, I have tainted supplements. I have
tainted baby batter. Yeah. He could have said you don't
just like
so now he's down on one. He's down on one knee. He's tapped, right? He tapped.
Yeah.
He tapped.
Yeah.
And you think that there's a reason to continue to drag him through the mud?
100%, dude. Fucking
I don't
down to the back of the truck.
I don't think you mean that.
Dude, here, let me explain something to you because you've never been in this position before, so I really need to break it down.
So you think I should be mad at podcasters who are using Adderall?
No, not at all. This has nothing to do with that. Podcasting doesn't have any kind of metric where it's actually on the floor. It's just something where you're, these athletes right here are working their asses off and they have very limited times where they get to be in such an experience to earn a spot, then earn a spot to the CrossFit Games. And if you're competing on a level playing field, which is this, and you're always bitching and moaning about guys and girls getting into the same sport. So let's just level this out. If you're taking hormone replacement therapy or any kind of enhancement, you take yourself from being a man to a superman. So if you're going to fucking get upset with men and going to compete against women, that's the same exact playing field, dude. You have to understand if you are taking things that make you unnaturally
No one's justifying the cheating. I'm with you 100%. No one's saying that it's okay to cheat.
Okay, so now hear me out. I didn't finish. These limited opportunities that we have in our life to show up at our personal best, if it's robbed by people who show up who are cheating, it's one of those things where you don't get that back.
Right.
Patrick Vellner, this may be his last year. Let's say that. And he went through and he lost his he didn't get to win because he got beat twice by this guy who was cheating. There's only very limited amount of experiences in the athletic realm in your lifetime. Not all of us are like Tom Brady who are going to make it to 65 playing football. This is a really rare space of time. And it's one of those kind of things where it's sad to see people cheating and taking that away. And CrossFit's just so rampant with this shit. And their excuses are so fucking massive. Like just because one guy decided to show up to the table and say, hey, you know what? I got caught and I really got caught. It doesn't make him a better person. I want to make sure that all of you listening to this that are probably going to the gym right now and thinking you're going to make it to the CrossFit games, but don't really know how to get there and going to take PEDs to get there. I'll find you and I'll get you and I'll fuck you up on Sevan's show.
Iami Mitchell, you can't make excuses for a cheater. No one's making excuses. I agree with her. If he was a good guy, he shouldn't have competed. Okay. He got caught and fessed up. Okay. Yep. This is very succinct. Doesn't make him a good person. Okay. I agree with that. But what's this mean? Drag his ass. My point is this. He's already down.
Doesn't matter.
Why walk by and spit on him? Why go out of your way? Why go over to his Instagram account and kick him while he's down?
Dude, stoning in the streets was a thing back in the day. So that people in the community really knew the gravity of the punishment.
And here was my argument, Hunter. Here was my argument. Would you rather have a son or a daughter who got caught for doing PEDs and came out clean? Sorry. Who got caught for doing PEDs, and came clean with the story? Or would you rather have someone, your son or daughter, be someone who trolls people who did that on their internet account and talk shit about them? Be like, you're a piece of shit, you should die. I would rather have this guy as my son than a fucking maggot or a hyena or a vulture who preys on people who are down. This
isn't praying, dude. You brought this subject up.
Whoa.
This isn't praying. I didn't wake up today and put this jacket on and say, I'm going to tear this dude a new asshole. But if you bring it up, I'm going to share my opinion on the matter.
I agree. I'm with you. I think that it's a to attack people who are wounded and who are down is in bad taste.
I'm not getting up out of my chair for this guy. I'm fucking comfortable. But if you're gonna wake me up and we're gonna have a podcast at 7 a.m, you're gonna ask me my opinion. I'm hopped up.
I didn't ask you at all.
You did fucking too. You brought it up.
I've never asked you.
Listen, I'll drop it.
I've never asked anyone.
I'll drop it. It's
not my thing. There's no benefit for dragging someone. All it does is hurt the person who's dragging them. I know. Thank you, Mr. Brandstetter.
No.
I'm glad you came on here. These are all. This is a passionate, articulate, concise, logical. My phone might be off. Hold on. Give me a second. Yes, connect it to the smartphone. It's now connected.
Oh, people are calling. I did post on my thing and said people should come on and do it all. If you drag oil, blah blah blah, tainted supplements, future.
Hold on, buddy. I re-upped my phone today. I bought more minutes.
Sometimes the data bill is going over the top.
No, it's I updated my iPhone fucking software.
Don't fucking trust Apple, man. I never do the updates.
Roadcaster Pro.
iPhone 17 coming up soon.
Just go Roadcaster Pro. No, you bring up some very good points on we needed to hear this. I needed to hear this. This is all good. I just don't. No, dude, you can't call Jody. You gotta stop. Hello, guy from Britain.
I don't think anybody's calling, brother.
They are.
I don't know if anybody wants this heat.
They do.
Nobody wants this goddamn.
Oh no,
heat.
I'm sure. Let me. Would you like to pair a smartphone, tablet, or computer? Yes. Roadcaster Pro is now discoverable.
Dude, you know what? On these nice tight thighs of mine, I think I got a little bit of poison ivy. I got the itch, baby. I got the itch.
It's good for you to come on here because yesterday we need to hear.
You had a bunch of simps supporting this fucker.
Well, I do support him, but more than I support him. I don't support people going after him. He's already paid the price.
But it's also, any fucking price.
I'm no fucking athlete. What do I know?
Is country bumpkin CrossFit, and he's going to keep on personal training people, and no one's going to give a shit. But the people that he robbed the opportunity from are going to remember that day forever. And I would just sit there with a fucking like a blunt piece of steel, and I would just sharpen that thing day after day until I encountered that guy next, and I'd prison ship him real quick. Pop, 2 in the ribs, then slow bleed out.
No, you would not.
100%, dude. You can't cheat the game, dude. I feel bad for anybody who competed against this guy. But you know what? You should be inspired that you put the beat down on a dude who's still cheating. That pussy.
Where's the forgiveness in your heart?
There's no forgiveness. Listen, I'm just saying, okay, let's go to like a really, really extenuating circumstance here. Ted Bundy killed a fuck ton of people, tons of people. He never admitted to the fact that he fully killed these people. You're telling me that this dude deserves his day in Jesus' sunshine if he said, oh, well, actually, guys, I did kill all these people. And everyone's like, forgive him, forgive him, forgive him, forgive him, forgive him. He came clean. Fuck him. That guy burned. He got fucking cooked in an electric chair, I think, or lethal injection, whatever it was. But I don't know. I'm just telling you, man, I'm glad that these people are coming out in the public and getting a little bit of chewed on.
Okay, ready? I posted this yesterday. This is going to really light you up. Ready?
Yeah, let's see this bit.
Mean things to you. And then I start to imagine even one step further. What if I was those people's father? I would rather have you than someone spitting on a man when he's down.
I'm not.
I would rather have Joel any fucking day of the week as my son. I'll take 1,000 Joels before I'll take 10,000 of these guys who will spit on. None of those people's parents are proud of them. All of those people's parents are embarrassed because a true warrior, a true man wants to tussle with the biggest monsters, not a wounded soldier on the field. And I see people. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm saying. He says people come over to his DMs and just say the harshest shit to him.
What do you expect?
I'm not arguing that. I know there's a lot of scumbags out there.
You do the crime, you do the time, baby. Yeah,
but everything you're saying is valid too. I'm not arguing with anything you're saying. You are a competitor in that space. Like it basically, I would be pissed if someone had a podcast that competed with my podcast and every morning they came over and fucking clipped my fucking internet and my show was 10 minutes late and I had to go out there. Like I get it.
That's a dirty game, but I like that.
I'd be pissed.
Style.
I'd be pissed. I hear you.
Listen, I'm not trying to cast haterade on this specific person. I don't even really know his name. I don't know his name.
Too late.
I have never even mentioned his name once in this podcast. It's kind of a blanket statement. You cheat, fucking, you're gonna get cooked.
And people love it that you come on here and just fucking slap me around. I give the people what they want.
I never specifically said that you were a bad person either.
Not specifically.
No.
Who put this thing together? Me. Listen. Who do I trust? Me. Hey, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
These were guys got a good point. And dude, back in the day, if you were playing in a good old country bumpkin cowboy, some cowboy deck dealing, some poker, and you got caught and you dropped some aces that you had up your sleeves, they would just shoot you on the spot. Nowadays, everybody gets to be coddled and will comb your hair and give you a kiss after you got caught cheating. I believe in the old days of just, gun them down. But
I'm with you. Listen, I want to. So the main reason why I brought this up is not so that I could grab my ankles and Hunter could fucking have a cold one this morning. But there's someone wrote in the comments here. I'm trying not to see it as a double standard, but the way you talk about people from HQ seems like a paradox when it comes to your support of this athlete as a son for you to forgive and a wounded warrior example. This guy is down and out. He's admitted his fucking problems, and I'm just saying that people who go over and spit on him and be like, "You're a piece of shit," after he's already like, "Hey, I know I'm a piece of shit. I really fucked up and I regret it," and you have to come over and fucking spit on him. That's bad. When I talk about Katrin, that's not what I'm doing. She took from the largest publication in the fucking world, the New York fucking Times, from her platform of 1.6 million followers. She wrote a bunch of lies about me, and I just tell the story. I'm not even talking shit about her.
This is Katrin?
The fact that she's a woke fucking joke is not me talking shit about her. It's a fact, and I back it up with facts.
What does she
If I were to come on here and be, you don't know that story? It's a whole nother story. The fact that I fucking went after Bob Eubanks or Dave Eubanks, the head judge of the CrossFit Games yesterday, because he posted something on his Facebook that compares a fucking unfertilized chicken egg to a fucking embryo to a baby being murdered at 35 weeks, and it's the same thing, and using vegetarians as the authority, it doesn't make me, I'm not attacking Dave Eubanks. I'm pointing out the facts. I'm just pointing out the facts, just like Hunter pointed out the facts. This motherfucker cheated, and he took shit away from someone else. Don't try to compare the two. Katrin was never down on one knee. I was actually down on one knee. I was fucking wounded, and she went out of her way to try to ass pound me. But
What happened?
You don't know that story?
Give me an abbreviated paraphrase. You remember back in the day when you didn't want to read a book, there was that website you go to, and they would just paraphrase every chapter. What was that called? It's like Spark Notes. It was fucking great. I never read a book in my entire high school career.
Here, some guy named Duber fucking agree. He only admitted because he got caught, though. Yeah, so what? I don't get the point of that.
With what? Do you think that this guy, that this dude that you want to be your son instead of me, which I'm hurt by,
no, that's not true. That's not true.
Do you think, based on your brief period of time of hanging out with this dude, that he would have come clean if he didn't get caught? How about that?
Of course fucking not.
Well, then he's a cocksucker. Fuck him, dude. What the hell?
It's not even the point. It's not even the point. Those are emotional plea. You're trying to change the subject. You're making emotional. These are emotional. I don't know if you are. That's a subject change, and those are emotional pleas.
We're talking about this person's moral fiber. You are celebrating his moral fiber. You are celebrating this man's moral fiber.
Hey, there's a lot of other
celebrating this man's moral fiber, and you just admitted to me that you do not think that he would actually come clean.
I'm not celebrating.
He would have glided straight into the CrossFit Games and then danced his way all the way to the top and probably kept on pumping whatever he pumped into his system all throughout the CrossFit Games.
That was very well said what you said, and thank you for bringing that up. It's not that I'm celebrating at all his moral fiber. What I'm doing is I'm passing judgment on those who spit on a wounded man, regardless of
spitting on a wounded man.
I know. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are.
But listen,
I'm not saying you are, by the way. That was my premise of the whole thing.
To specifically go after this person and just
I agree with you. He's a piece of shit cheater, right?
There we go.
Those are the facts. He's a piece of shit cheater. What I'm saying now is that people shouldn't come out of their way and put their cigarettes out on his back.
Listen, people, pick another hobby. How about that? But he's still a cheater.
I agree. I'm not saying he agrees. He agrees with you. He's disgusted with this behavior. He agrees with you.
All right.
He agrees with you.
I'll leave it. I'm putting away my guns.
He agrees with you.
Putting away my guns.
You know why they buried Liberace face down?
Have you seen the Liberace movie?
So his friends could come by and have a cold one.
Nice.
I haven't heard that joke since the 6th grade. That just popped in my head.
Well, the Liberace movie with Matt Damon is super creepy. My brother suggested to me, he said, you're going to really like this. And it was like, whoa, this is heavy. I didn't even know about this guy.
I'll check it out. Sevan, should people not kick him while he's down because it hurts his feelings? No. Fuck him. You shouldn't do it because it's bad. It's bad for yourself. Don't worry about him. Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest.
Well, listen, I'm not going to lie. I got really revved up over that. What are we going to talk about now? What's like a softer subject we can both just go through?
Cheaters.
Now,
vagina.
Could you tell me what Katrin did to you? Because I want to personally hear this, and we don't have to get deep.
Oh, we can, but I'll just tell you really quick because these fucking this crew of beautiful people have heard the story a million times. The New York Times wrote an article being very ambiguous about a interview I did with Stacey Tovar. In that interview I did with Stacey Tovar, I asked her about what kind of birth control she was on. And the New York Times painted it like I was being really sleazy to her. And what's interesting is I had never gone back and read that article. I'd never gone back and listened to that podcast I did with her that the New York Times was referencing. And recently, Andrew Hiller played a clip from that podcast. I wish I could play it for you right now.
What was the core of asking that question?
Just out of curiosity. You mean like, why did I ask it?
Yeah. Was it like tied into another conversation? Like, hey, does hormones get really affected weirdly when you're training heavily?
Well, you'll like this. So she's kind of taken aback, right? When I ask it. Like you could tell it made her uncomfortable. Like, and then she said, then this light went off and she shifted gears. And she said, actually, and she was retired, by the way, when I was interviewing her. She was actually a bunch of girls who were at the CrossFit Games told me that they were on the same birth control as me. She was taking the pill. And she says what exact birth control she was on. She uses the medical term for it or the name, right? Mm-hmm. And she says, and when they got off that pill, they all got stronger and their performances skyrocketed. It's a beautiful moment. It's a fucking beautiful moment in fucking women's knowledge, women's rights, information that's super important to women and games athletes.
So what did you get attacked for?
She got, well, they left this, and the New York Times basically said something like, I can't believe Sevan Matosian, one of Greg's generals. That's what they said. I'm not one of Greg's generals. I'm a chief marketing officer, the executive media director of the fastest growing company that's ever been on the planet. From 300 gyms to 15,000 gyms on 7 continents and 162 countries.
Oh,
I have no peer. Thank you.
Yeah.
And instead of like saying that and then saying that, and it was a fabulous moment because then Sevan broached a topic that was extremely sensitive that a lot of people are afraid to. And now women can hear Stacey Tovar's experience with this birth control and they can get off it so their performance it could have been spun like that. Instead, it was left in this really ambiguous nature. None of that went into. It was just like Sevan, fancies himself in asking tantalizing questions and inappropriate questions about women's birth control, something like that, about women's vaginas. Didn't even say birth control. It was just like something like that. And when I went back and heard it, I'm like, holy fuck, I'm so kind and respectful. So Katrin David's daughter reposted that on her fucking Instagram. This is a woman who I've gone completely out of my way to glorify.
Do you know why she would do that?
She's a fucktard. And I mean that in the most scientific way. She's a woke retard. She was jumping on the bandwagon of fucking wokeness. The same people who thought that it was okay to attack police because police hurt black people. And now 2 years later, black on black homicides are up 34% because the police aren't engaging in those neighborhoods. They refuse to acknowledge that. Instead of Katrin saying, oh my God, that was fabulous what Sevan did, I should come to his defense. He spent the last 5 years of his fucking career helping me, promoting me, making videos of me, making me fucking look great. He's so kind to me. He goes out of his way to help me. He's been the nicest fucking guy in this space to me. Instead of saying all that, she took what the New York Times says and just fucking ran with it and just posted it. She probably doesn't even remember posting it.
When did this happen?
2 years ago. Then I basically got fired. That was the fucking nail in the coffin that got me fired from my job at CrossFit Inc. Now, trust me, like, I don't care, like, in the big picture of things, I don't care. People are like, oh, he's an angry, bitter man or he's complaining. This is just the story. And I love the story. It's my story. I can tell as many times as I want the time I went to the drive-ins with Hunter and he tried to fucking touch my penis and I said no. I'm telling you that story to brag that Hunter finds me attractive.
Well, that's a bummer,
and I'm telling you this Katrin story because I think it's fucking a cool story to tell. And then Rosa, and then there's a whole cascade of pieces of evidence that have come back to me that's basically was the nail in the coffin. Even when Rosa came on board and he saw that article from the New York Times, because he's a fucking moron of the highest level too. And I mean that in the clinical sense. He is a moron. Like not an intelligent, kind, helpful, thoughtful person at all.
Yeah.
And
dude, this is a fucking bat swinging day, dude. We are hitting some dingers.
And so he and a liar to the community. He claimed ownership of CrossFit Inc. when he's not the sole owner. Maybe only 2%. I mean, they won't even tell the affiliates.
Everybody knows that, though. You'd have to be stupid to think that this person who owns
there's a lot of stupid. He's stupid. He could have easily just gone back. He could have called Stacey Tovar, the girl I did the interview with, and is Sevan ever weird to you or trip you out? And she'd have been like, no, he's been to my house fucking twice. He's friends with my husband's. I've been on the podcast 4 fucking times. What?
I'll explain this simply to people who don't understand this. Yeah. Everyone thinks that Elon Musk is buying Twitter right now. Elon Musk acquired a bunch of money from other people as just being the spearhead to buy Twitter. That's the same exact thing that Eric Rosa did with CrossFit. You guys would have to be stupid to think that people just have this money sitting in a bank account waiting to easily throw at all these endeavors. It just doesn't happen that way.
And I'm not kicking Katrin when she's down. this fucking woke joke was kicking me while I was fucking in a tumultuous time in my
Are
life.
you talking about the girl that didn't qualify for the CrossFit Games?
Yeah, when Greg put Floyd 19, she posted, "I'm out," and so now I think it's funny. You're right, and I'd have cracked some jokes like, "Now she's out." You're right.
Oh,
Okay, I'll give you
Digger, get her. Well,
but I love it. This is the whole thing of why I have a podcast, is to tell these. Yeah, thank you. This is the whole reason I have this podcast, to tell these stories.
Well, I think
you know what, Dick Butter? I'm gonna tell a 2-hour version of this story sometimes. I did it on my Instagram. It was fucking amazing. I did a 2-week version of this story. How about the fucking shitbird who wrote the article for the New York Times? That fucking cunt.
Well, dude, people just love to like write sensational type shit. I mean, I really think. Remember how all that stuff that happened at Kyle Rittenhouse? This is going to really open up a can of worms, and people are going to get pissed. But
you mean the guy that got out of jail that night for sodomizing a handful of boys between the ages of 7 and 13, who was walking around screaming, "You fucking..."
I don't know.
The worst racial slur you can say.
Okay.
The one that gets in trouble. White guy, and he fucking attacked Kyle Rittenhouse, and Kyle Rittenhouse killed him. I mean, that night.
But I'm just saying, the media, the things that they wrote about that
fucking Rittenhouse is a hero.
Before getting the details right, I mean, that's a huge lawsuit that should have been acted on. I don't think he's pursuing anything.
Oh, he's suing the fuck out of him. How about this? I saw a poll the other day that 65% of Americans think that the fucking that the Supreme Court made abortion illegal. That's another thing that fucking guy Dave Eubanks wrote.
Is that the guy who wrote about you?
No, it's just the head judge of the CrossFit Games has lost his mind. He's gone off the deep end.
Is that the guy with all the tats?
I don't. No. That dude's cool as shit. Adrian Bosman. He now does the programming for the games.
Who's the head judge?
I think it's this guy Dave Eubanks. Just got promoted
to
head judge.
With Dave Castro? Does anybody? I didn't really watch your episode. What's the role that he plays now?
Going around and kissing babies at affiliates.
That's dope. That's a good job.
Yeah. I know. And isn't it amazing? Rory Marlowe. Also, Sevan ironically had the same birth control with Katrin's best friend, Annie, and it was another great interview. Just a few weeks ago, I had Annie on and we talked about birth control, and she was happy to talk about it. It's an important subject to talk about.
What?
It's a very important subject to talk about. Hey, do you know how happy I am that you're on the show with me this morning?
I am too, dude. Sorry, my phone went off, and I thought that I had forgot an appointment. Never forget that people actually believe one way. Oh, dude, that was so funny. We used to get yelled at in Boulder's still the worst city in the United States.
Stand by 1 second. Hunter. I want to hear that thought of yours. Hello, Miss Cabinets. Hi.
The cabinet gal.
Yes. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
How could I be any better with looking at Hunter? I'm smarter for staring at
cool.
that outfit. Yeah, I know. He's fucking cool as shit.
Those glasses. I don't know if you can top those, Sevan.
I can.
These are reading glasses.
All right.
Prescription.
How can
Sousa with you today? Is Sousa with you today?
He is not. He's I think I think whatever the special forces is for the Air Force, he has a contract with them, and I think he trains their cadets or something. He's a big shot.
We need to do a poll,
okay.
Sevan.
It sounds like you need to do a poll.
No. This is a good poll for the chat group.
Most
at
polls
least.
are good.
All right, we need a poll. What is the funniest story? Your deuce in the van?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or the crabs in the Altoid tin?
Man. That one was good too.
I don't know these stories.
Have you ever had crabs, Hunter?
No, I don't even know how people get crabs.
You fuck someone else who has crabs.
Your
pubes push up against the...
I get the act, but I've never even encountered in my 33 years on this planet anybody who's had crabs. I feel like it's just one of these things that the health, teachers used to talk about to us.
No, I had crabs.
Freaked out.
I had crabs.
But you were sexual intercourse, or just the fact that you were homeless around dirty people?
I was actually living indoors at the time. I mean, who knows? I could have been over at your house, sitting on your bed in college, smoking and taking a bong rip, and some crabs from your bed jumped on my bed. But they do eat the pubic hair and then they sit in the follicle where they lay eggs. And
Fuck,
so they're
that's funny.
sitting in your little follicle like this, and when you can scratch them out and throw them in an Altoids container and look at them, and they're little crabs with pinchers.
Oh, that's gross.
Oh, come on. It's not gross. Come on.
Have you ever heard of scabies?
Funny.
Yeah, I never had scabies.
My friend got scabies when we were working at the GAY bar. And
You worked at a gay bar? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. That was
you
my
make
first
coin?
job. Crazy money. Best time of my entire life. And
Did you ever take a picture of your butthole for a guy and sell it to him, or give him your? Did you ever
Oh
take your
my
underwear off in
God.
the back and give it to him?
cameras weren't that good back then, dude. We had
Right.
like Blackberries and flip phones. But it was the greatest time of my entire life. I really just could not have been any happier. I had so much fun. My best friend and I started working there because we had no money. We couldn't get hired at restaurants. We couldn't get hired anywhere. Nobody wanted to hire two like young guys in Providence. They just were like, what are you going to do for us? And we're both jacked looking wrestlers. And we're like, dude, let's go to the gay bars. And we got paid paper. And I got wasted all the time for free, which is like the ultimate dream. One, you get paid, and two, you get to drink for free. And it's like, there's no straight bar that's just going to be like shoveling drinks in my mouth. If I work there, they'd be like, shut the fuck up and go wash dishes, butthead. At this bar, they treated me
What
like
if
a
your
kid.
son? What if your son Hunter got caught for doing steroids? Would you have compassion for him?
No, I'd wreck that dude. I'd wreck him because he needs to learn a lesson, just like my dad wrecked me when I did stupid things. You know, I got in a lot of trouble when I was younger. I never did steroids and got in trouble for that with my dad. But like when I would get arrested and do stupid shit, like there was consequences. Like that's the world that we live in. You cannot not have consequences related to bad actions. And that's the world that we're in these days. Everybody gets to get away with just doing stupid shit, and it's just like a pat on the back society.
You're a good dude. I like that.
Yeah.
Miss Jody, we're about to talk about grocery aisles. Is there anything else I can help you with? I can't do the poll because I don't know that I don't do YouTube like that.
Yeah.
But when those guys come on, I'll bring it up to them.
All right. I was wondering what Hunter's favorite beach in Rhode Island was.
Oh, it's called Rejects Beach, next to the Gooseberry Beach in Newport Beach. Beach.
You're in the Newport. You like the Newport area? No, I was always in Westerly and Musquamicut.
You're too far south. I'm a really big fan.
Yeah.
We'll go to Narragansett and then go down towards.
Narragansett is great.
eastward.
Yeah, I love Narragansett too.
The beaches in between Narragansett Beach and I guess it's like Old Eastward and stuff like that. There's this like all these rocks and stuff that go into some really nice sandy coves that you can go fishing in. Best part of Rhode Island. Don't share that with
Yeah,
too
that
many
is a
people.
really nice area. Yeah, and
Okay,
then
we just lost 50 viewers. Enough of this nonsense.
Bye.
Okay, love you.
Bye.
Okay, so sorry. Always nice to hear from Miss Jody, the cabinet lady. So this was a real thing in California.
No, this existed in Boulder. That's where I first learned about this.
Never
You can
forget
feel
that
it.
people actually believe one-way grocery aisles would save lives.
Whole Foods, Boulder. Yeah, we used to get screamed at for going. We would go underneath the tape that would try to keep you directionally because I was like, you're telling me I have to walk a football field this direction just to come back and grab one piece of food that's like 5 feet away from me behind a piece of tape? I was like, not playing by these rules. And we used to even, like, people were coming in. This is the beginning of COVID. They would have like full-blown Everest jackets on. I'm talking about really thick down jackets over the top with goggles on and rubber gloves over the top of their jackets with tape around them. And this was.
Where do you think people get their information from that they thought that was necessary?
The
Where do
same
you
person that wrote about you in that hormone-based therapy, abuse therapy that you put on women?
They got it from Katrin's daughter.
Exactly, dude. It was her fault.
It's amazing to me the you went to college for 8 years, not you, a rhetorical you, and you're so stupid still that you think that you don't realize that you were brainwashed instead of educated. It's fucking crazy.
Well, that's a big can of worms. You don't want to open that one. Don't do it. That's why I dropped out of college. I just recognized, I was like, wait a second. I can just buy the books about what I want to learn on. And I just keep on buying books. And I just keep on learning the subject specifically that I want to be informed on. But then all of a sudden there's that creepy kind of like, there's that creepy Twilight Zone type thought where if all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, if people can manipulate the news, why wouldn't they manipulate this book? And all of a sudden, is everything manipulated? Who can you trust?
Why nobody.
Exactly. That's why I live in
Okay.
the woods.
Someone sent this to me yesterday. Can you see this?
2 girls playing volleyball.
Yeah, this. I want you to rank this on a 1 to 10 of being impressed about their athletic performance here. Okay, 10 being the highest, 1 being lowest.
Okay.
Okay.
I see a ball going over the net, a bump, another bump, a jump up, a spike.
So close to working as well. Hughes gets it over it. Great defense from USA.
This is nuts.
And Ecuador.
Are you kidding me?
They were
Are you
Oh,
fucking
wow.
kidding me?
Clean it up here. This will be a real chance, Ghana begging if they don't find the point.
Are you a heart rate guy? What do you think? Oh,
Hughes.
what do you think that chick's heart rate's at right there?
Can she
Through
find
the
the point?
roof,
She
dude.
finds the finish.
So I'll tell you a funny story.
That's it. What do you 1 through 10 first?
I'm going to say above 8 into the
Yeah.
9s.
So close to working as
It's
well.
savage, right?
Hughes
Yeah.
gets it over it.
So
savage.
my friend Jason, I'm going to his wedding next week. And
Jason
he and I
Kalipa?
became
Jason Kalipa.
Nope. Jason. He
Jason
lives here in
Carroll.
Malibu. Nope. Jason Kahn. He and I became friends years ago because he would run up and down the mountain that I live on. I was like, nobody runs up and down this mountain. So I started talking to him on the side of the road. Next thing you know, we had a lot in common. He's from New York, blah, blah, blah. We're out living in Malibu. He was working with the Pepperdine lacrosse team as the head coach. He brought me on as like the assistant coach, strength conditioning coach. And I had these guys, young, strapping lads that wanted to be there to play lacrosse. It was club, but still, like, even club sports, you want to be competitive. Biggest pussies on the planet. We would go train.
Give me an example of their pussiness.
Well, this is what I'm going to tell you about. So first day they show up. I'm talking about kids with Rolexes on, Mercedes keys, BMW keys. These kids are 18, 19, 20 years old. First day, there's this kid that comes up to me. He tells me he's from Dubai. He's like, I'm a 7-time black belt champion. I don't need to do physical training. And I was like, and he's the size of this can. He's just a tiny little boy. And I was like, all right, pal. Well, I'm super.
Is he a
glad
brown boy? Does he look like an Arab? He's from Dubai. Is he brown
Yeah.
with like a mustache that barely comes in? Okay.
Yep. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Well, why don't you just come to the first workout? And then if you're so good and you're like, blow my mind, you don't have to come to practice anymore, at least physical practice. The 3 tests that I put these kids through was 1 minute max kettlebell swings with a 50-pound kettlebell, 1 minute max push-ups, and then 1 mile run on the beach for time. No, there's rest in between these things. Now, most people who do CrossFit would look at all these tests and be like, no big deal. It's like kettlebell swings, push-ups, 1 mile run, like piece of cake.
Easy day.
This dude could not finish the push-ups and was throwing up before the run. Now, that's just one person. The rest of the team would come and train with me, and it kept on dwindling down week after week. And I would have them do sled pushes. I'd have them do, burpees, lunges, sand shuttle sprints. They would be throwing up within minutes of practice. I don't know. I've never seen it to this day. It was almost like as if a button was pressed in these people and it like made them like Epicac. But
Epicac?
You don't remember what Epicac is? If your kid drinks poison, you make them drink Epicac, they start throwing up immediately.
I would never make my kid or any kid drink Epicac.
Meanwhile, while we're doing this practice, which doesn't even align with the word practice, it was so bad. The volleyball team for Pepperdine, the girls were there. And these girls are running miles up and down the beach, doing hundreds of crunches, hundreds of calisthenics, gorgeous girls, just Amazonian women. And they blew my mind. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, guys, look at these girls. They are dominating you, absolutely dominating you. And you are supposed to be the rough and tough tumble lacrosse team of Pepperdine. Like, you can't even do 10% of their workout. I grew to respect the women's volleyball sport so much during those months of teaching these kids how to practice. Like, I've never been so blown away by any work ethic in a female sport team as the Pepperdine lacrosse girls. Pepperdine volleyball girls.
For those of you who don't know, Pepperdine is this college that literally sits right on the fucking Pacific Ocean. And it has a lawn that's probably the size of fucking 20 football fields that sits on the fucking edge of the North American fucking continent. It is a ridiculous location with ridiculous wealth.
It's pretty special, but you can get a full ride there if you're good at volleyball. So get your shit together, ladies.
Yeah, I bet you their volleyball team. I bet you those games are pretty wild.
Yeah, but they're stellar athletes. I mean, some of these girls were bigger than I was. It was just incredible. Like I just was like, I didn't even.
Men's lacrosse team at Pepperdine, pussies. Volleyball team, 2 thumbs up.
Superheroes.
Hunter Biden has spoken.
Yeah, like I have never been more impressed by female athletes in my entire life. I don't know
who the fuck is Dick Butter? Marshall, come on, man. He's a fucking OG.
I had to actually turn off the comments because these people were going.
Ask Hunter about Joe Donnelly.
Who's that?
I don't have no idea.
Oh, Joe Donnelly, that guy. He's just some big steroid freak that was claiming on the internet that he was doing things that were not humanly possible, and he was like $10,000. Nobody could ever match me. Blah 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 blah. And dude, look at this guy, muscle and fitness girl.
Wait. First of all, did you school him? Did you school Joe Donnelly? Close that subject.
I totally schooled Joe Donnelly. I told him, I was like, dude, I'll bring $10,000 cash to your front door right now. There's no way that you can match me. This girl right here is trying to bring up something that is so insignificant that it's childish.
This thing about OCRDHE, or is it because?
Yeah. One of my friends, we were on the world championship team and we won world championship.
You gave one of your friends a pass for getting juiced up?
Do you know what DHEA is?
Fish oil?
It's basically like a joint therapy thing. And it's a banned substance, and it looks just like fish oil pills. There's no benefit from it whatsoever. And
you're just human. You're just human like the rest of us.
My friend, and I told him, I was like, dude, like that's on you for eating shit that you didn't know about. But like it wasn't one of these.
Even Hunter's heart, even Hunter has a wee little heart.
I do have a small heart. But it's not a performance enhancer like these peptides that these people are taking. Like, no one in CrossFit is getting caught for taking like too much vitamin C or joint medication. It's true performance enhancers.
I want to show you guys a video. Last week I was in Malibu. I was at Hunter's house. We were painting, and I was up on the ladder, and this. A security camera caught this. I was up on the ladder and Hunter was down below doing some work. He was like telling me like, hey, paint that part red, paint that part green. And we were fucking working so well together. And then this happened. And it's these moments that it's so special knowing you. So there's Hunter with the red hat on. And
holy crap, that's awesome.
And we just took a moment. Like I knew Hunter had jeopardized, but also saved my life.
Is that a chick or one of his guy friends?
In this Hunter, come on. You know that's me and you. You're in the red hat and I'm the dude on top. And I'm going to show you guys that one more time. I was up on this ladder. I'm doing some basically charity work for Hunter because he's afraid of heights and he wanted me to paint some molding around his ceiling. And here he is. He bumps the ladder. Boom. Oh, I'll never forget that.
That's an incredible catch.
It is, right? Truly is. Oh, that hurts. That's probably one of the meanest things anyone's ever said to me.
Said that you're a spinner?
Yeah.
That's low.
Yeah. Hunter, have you ever sold your underwear? Speaking of
have I sold my underwear? No.
Yeah, have you
We've been having a lot of conversations about like the dark web and how much money you can make off of it now. And if it's just like one of those kind of things where you can sit here and just throw stones at people for making the money, or you just join the party and start making the money.
Something's playing on my computer. Can you hear some sound?
No.
Well, I've picked up a friend who has a OnlyFans page. It's a guy, and he sells his underwear.
Last time.
And
not about the guy.
Okay.
We talked about the girl, but who's the guy?
He sells his underwear at $250 a pop. And you said you used to work at a gay bar, so I was wondering if
dude, if all of these things existed back in the day when I was working at this gay bar, it'd probably be like $5 to $10 million. We sold shots. Like we weren't there for the money. We were there because we needed a little bit of money. we were there for the cock. And, dude, there was more chicks at this gay bar than I've ever been with in my entire life.
I know that was the whole thing at all the gay parties I used to go to in the city too, like the gay pride parade and the erotic exotic ball. The beaver there was out of control.
If you straight guys haven't figured that out yet, just joke's on you.
Yeah, man. And they're free around gay guys. That was the whole thing. Gay guys are free, so everyone just fucking clothes. It's what a great thing. Okay, hey, you wanted to get it. You've been like, let's be honest. You won the High Rocks championship for the 37th time, and you're looking, and you've been searching, and I found this for you. I think this is something you should throw on your bucket list.
I saw this video. It's insane.
It's insane. And I love let me read that. This is the highest anyone has ever jumped on a pogo stick, 12 feet. In 2021, I jumped 11 feet, 8 inches on my pogo stick and never imagined that it was possible until this day. And now he claims that all sorts of people are going to break this record. Like it's like some sort of it's the 4-minute mile in pogo sticking.
I don't think anybody's really going to come after that record because it's a very, very, very slim amount of people that do this.
And look at the dexterity. You see what he does with the pogo stick, right? It's some like Fosbury flop shit. Here we go.
Well, he does a couple spins with it.
He's up. And look at that. He has to do that, right?
Yeah, basically to cover. I mean, otherwise you just have to tweak it to the side a little bit. That was fucking crazy. So do you want to hear what I've been up to?
Yeah, I'd love to. This is nuts. This is one more time.
Go to Hunter McIntyre's Instagram page.
I'd love to.
Enhance.
I just saw that clip the other day. Someone sent it to me. I'd never seen that.
Right there.
Wow.
I started it, dude.
Wow, your body's crazy. When is this?
That was a couple days ago.
Don't do that with your face. You're too cute.
Dude, that's what a true cannonball looks like, buddy.
I'm going to get to the last picture. This
what is this? Good.
What is this nonsense? Oi. Is that throwing it down to your house?
Yeah. I go up into the woods and just chop down trees. So the High Rocks came to my house and they're like, hey, can we film you training? And I was like, no, I don't want to train. So they're like, well, what do you want to do? And I was just like, I'll chop down some trees for you guys. So I just went around the ranch and I just took down some trees.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude, I was so beastly when I used to chop down trees.
You still are beastly.
Big day.
Okay, here we go. Can you hear the audio?
Yeah. A little bit, not a lot of it.
That's not you, is it?
That's me, baby.
Wow, you look like Tom Selleck right there. Like a juiced up Tom Selleck.
Baby, I am Tom Selleck.
Okay, so what are you doing here? I'm finally starting to cover some ground. The water is salty and the days are long. I will prevail. Is this a sport?
Dude, don't you remember I told you, I was like, I think I'm going to quit doing all the sports that I've been doing and try to make a pass at the Olympics. And there's one sport that I've been studying a ton, and I've been looking at all the athletes and the metrics. There's a sport called sprint canoeing. No one's qualified in the United States since 2000. And it's very hard to qualify, but it's a very small sport. So I have a chance of doing it. So it took me
months suck at it, but you suck at it.
Dude, this is my second time ever doing it. I will literally pay you $1,000 cash if you can balance in this boat within 1 hour. It's impossible.
Dude, if my penis is so big, if it swung just a little to the right or the left, that thing would capsize.
Knock the thing over. That's my problem.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
It is so hard because the thing, I think it's 16 feet long, as you can see, and maybe a little less. And it weighs 20 pounds and it's made of just thin carbon fiber. And you can see how low it is in the water. It's only about a foot wide.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What lake is that?
That's not a lake. That's in Newport Beach at the Aquatic Center.
What is that a sprint canoe?
That's called a sprint canoe. Yeah. So that's a C1 sprint canoe.
How much is that thing? Like 10 grand?
They're $3,000 to $5,000.
Man, that thing looks like it's made out of balsa wood, dude. That thing how do you even get on that thing? Is it hitting the bottom right there?
No. It's perfect. I guess it's called the word ballast. Like the way that it's like distributed, it's just so perfectly balanced. But it's one of these kind of things where if you just move a millimeter right or left, you're in. So I started working with this guy, Jimmy, and he's a 4-time Olympian in this sport. And he helped me out. And like, I've only had 2 lessons and I'm pretty freaking pumped.
What did he say? Is it possible?
It is possible, but listen, I'm not going to put any definitions on what words and the likelihood of me getting into this thing is. But you can see these guys are jacked, tanks of men.
Yeah.
And they're ripping the water so hard. So imagine doing a skier.
Oh, so you're steering, since you only row on one side, you're also steering it with your weight. So that's just minor tweaks in your weight.
Exactly. So I got in this thing and I finally started paddling it yesterday, but I kept on going in circles because I don't know how to steer it yet. But it's crazy, man.
Oh, it'd be awesome to see one of these dudes swing over and drill some other dude.
Well, yeah.
That guy just picked a booger.
Hey, dude, you got to get a bug out the cave, dude.
Snot rocket.
Dude, I'm going for it, baby. I'm all in. All these stupid wall ball sports and CrossFit, out of it, dude. I'm in the water, dude. There's a new Free Willy in the business. Your voice soar like an eagle.
Oh, I got a text from my wife, I think.
She's catching on to all the shit that we're talking about, and she's trying to.
She says, Joyal's story might stop someone from doing PEDs. I know, it's a brilliant story. Hunter's just this is the angry athlete's perspective, and it's valid. I understand, honey. I understand. Let's not team up on Hunter. No. She's saying that she's trying to give me fodder to let me know that there's value to telling that story, Joel's story, so that other people won't do PEDs. It's a great story. If you're thinking about getting juiced up, you should listen to what he's going through. It doesn't sound fun. It's not worth it.
I don't think
and Hunter is appreciative of him coming out, telling his story so that other people won't do it, is my guess.
Listen, I'm you know what? If his message is don't do it, perfect. But if his message is, hey, don't spank me as hard as you want to spank me because I'm asking for forgiveness, I'm not buying that.
So I'm going to add this to my list. My obsession with Hunter is creepy. Obsession with Hunter. And the fact that I ask women about what kind of birth control they take, that's creepy.
Dude,
and the fact that I think aborting babies at 32 weeks is creepy. Okay.
I can't tell if you have more fans than you have just
my list. My list of just creepiness. The fact that someone in the comments is named fucking Metcon9 after a fucking shoe, that's creepy about my show. There's a guy named Dick Butter, that's creepy about my show.
No, I'm not going to watch this guy's show and give him any of my time. Jake Kelly, shut your damn mouth.
Hey, I'll tell you what comments you can read and don't read. Oh, hey, yeah, thank you, Magnus. Hunter's obsession of Sevan is a bit creepy. Thank you. He
didn't say creepy. It's a bromance.
I know. I just edited it. I
I
like balance.
You're just like the New York Times guy.
Just a straight fucking liar.
Oh, dude, this is a damn good time. So, yeah, I've been getting in this boat. I've been putting in the hustle, and I go over to Europe to paddle with a couple of these real savages in a couple weeks. So
this one's going to make you feel. Yeah, I'm excited. Oh, wait. Say that again. Sorry. I was saying that's why you're going to Europe?
No. I'm going to Europe for a couple things, but that is a big part of it. So I'm getting all the work in now so that when I get there, I'm not embarrassing to these guys when I get in the water next to them. And then once they see Big Daddy in there, just a tugboat of muscle.
Yeah.
Steroid-free muscle. They're going to be like, shit, dude.
Oh, shit. I want to get a tattoo. I just realized I've never wanted a tattoo. I want to get a tattoo. You maybe just want to get a tattoo. On my penis, just says tugboat.
Have you go. That'd be a
Just
good
tugboat. T. Like I'm not circumcised, so like I can have a T on the foreskin that's over the helmet, like without having to like damage the helmet. The T up there, and then UGBOAT, and then the T would be down like at the base, where like
No, the best part about it is if you have just enough foreskin that you put it underneath the underside of the foreskin, and then as you pull it back, it says tugboat. Is it wrapped
like
over the
this,
top.
like when gangbangers pull their lip down, they got something. Wow, that's some gangster shit. That's some gangster shit. Hi, do you tattoo foreskin? Is that why you're calling?
Probably my
Yes,
mom.
it is.
Oh, well,
Hey,
thank you.
Sevan, it's Peter Yozel.
Oh, Peter, what's up, brother? How are you?
Just walking my dog while listening to the podcast.
Is that code for something? You're walking your dog?
This is perversion.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
All right,
For
cool.
Bonnie, my neighbor.
All right.
So since you have Hunter on, we need to get an opinion on a hot take.
Okay.
So
shoot.
right now, CrossFit is not testing, to the level that will top everyone. You're not testing for blood. You test for urine, but only a few times a year. So now, if you enter competitive CrossFit, you're kind of entering knowing that you're going to be competing against top athletes. So my opinion is, if you're at the top, you have zero reason or right to complain that you're going against enhanced athletes, because you knew that going into the sport. What do you think, Hunter?
Okay, I think what he said, Hunter, because you're coming in and out, Peter, is basically he's saying that the testing at CrossFit sucks, and so coming into it that you're going to be. And when you say sucks, like someone just told me the other day that we don't test in the CrossFit sport for human growth hormone. Is that like something you mean, Peter? So when you go into it, you're going against drugged athletes.
Well, I mean, there's always going to be holes in the system. Like I could beat my drug tests all the time. I mean, unless you take like a full blood panel and you start to get what they call these blood passports, it's very hard to detect at the highest level. There's always going to be cracks in it. But I mean, just to say that being aware that there's people there should make you feel more secure in the fact that you are going to go up against them, that's a bullshit argument. Like, just because you're like, I don't know. It's just like, hey, man, you're going into war. You should know that you're going to get shot. There's a chance you might get shot. And then when you get shot, you should be like, oh, I was told that I was going to get shot. And you should feel better about it. Like, it's still going to suck and sting just as bad. There's no words that are going to dampen the blow of knowing that you're going up against people who are cheating.
Oh, I like that. 'Cause that's the whole argument that people use against cops. They knew what they were signing up for.
No, that's traumatic as fuck.
Yeah. So it's not traumatic to be shot at?
Dude, I just watched this video of the other day. It was
Peter, are you happy with that answer, or do you want us to flog? I could pull out a whip and get a stronger answer from Hunter if you want.
No, I'm happy because that's his take on it. He's competing against athletes that probably got popped and he got pissed. But you can't disregard that. But I'm just saying that I know a lot of athletes are going into it now, and they know they're going against dope athletes, and that's just going to be the scenario until CrossFit fits the test or fixes the testing. So I just think people need to be aware of what they're getting into if they decide to go into competitive CrossFit
or any sport or any competitive sports, maybe.
Yes, any competitive sport. Yes.
Hey, Heidi, Ellie whipping you should be behind the paywall. Oh,
dude, I was
those of you watched yesterday's show.
Right,
Okay, thank you, Peter. Okay, thanks, brother.
I watched this video. This happened.
I thought for sure Peter was European, but he's not European. Okay, sorry, Hunter, go.
This is in May in either Atlanta or Florida. I don't know why I'm messing up the states, but this cop came up to a kid. He has his chest cam on. This is all recorded. It came up to a kid in the mall who was drinking. He had a little satchel and he had a booze bottle. And the cop's like, yo, come here. What's that? You got an open container. He's like, are you of age? And he's like, no. And he's like, all right, man, I should arrest you right now. He doesn't arrest the kid. He just takes the booze. He's like, hey, it's just time for you to like get your shit together and get out of the mall. So he's walking this kid out of the mall and he's like, hey, like, I think I can tell that you have like weed on you too. Like, is there anything else you want to tell me about? Like, he was letting this kid go. Is there anything else you want to tell me about that, that I should be aware of, that you have illegal substances or a firearm or anything? He's like, no. He's like, well, you're admitting to smoking weed. And he's like, yeah, but I'm all done with it now. He's like, okay, well, will you just give it to me? He goes, no, I'm not going to let you search me. And he goes, all right, man, just take off the satchel and give it to me. And he's like, no. And then all of a sudden the kid just runs away and turns around, pulls out of the satchel and a gun and just starts shooting at the cop. I mean, this cop was so polite and nice to this kid. underage drinking, giving him the time and opportunity to get out all this shit, turns and starts blasting on the cop. And I was like, man, that was the most professionally kind cop I've ever seen in my entire life. And I was like, I wish when I got in trouble with cops when I was younger that they had that kind of grace with me. But no, this dude was a fucking, like, he was just the tip of the spear of kindness when it comes to being a police officer. He should be the poster boy for police officers. It's such a tough job that those guys have to live with.
Did the kid get killed?
Yeah, he got shot and killed.
Yeah. And so, what's amazing too is so many fucking people will be like, come after that cop. But you know what I think too? As much as I feel bad for that kid's parents, I feel bad for that cop.
Of course. It's a very traumatic experience.
He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that part of his story. I'm excited to have dumbass Katrin in my fucking story. That I would not be excited to have that I shot some kid who was shooting at me and I killed him in my story. I don't want that. I don't want, no matter under any circumstance, I don't want that I shot some kid in my story, my life story. I don't. But no one gives a fuck about that. No one gives a fuck about that because they're all selfish douchebags. Not you listeners, not the 27,000 of you listening live.
Being a COP is tough. I don't know why it's slipping my brain. Is it Jim? Jim's the guy who did the 365 Murphs.
Yeah. Jim Brokowski.
You got to bring him on here. So what's this going on? What's going on with this? We're talking about cops and now we see boobs.
I don't know why she has that nose ring. Love your body. What you give your body will give it you back. I just have this thing for redheads. I just cannot fucking believe this chick's fucking body. Oh, look, you can see her boobs pierced right here. Do you see that? Yeah. The bar through the nipple?
Instagram is porn for the most part.
One of my friends called me this morning. He goes, dude, Instagram is porn. That's what he told me too.
It's hard. Like, it's fucked up.
I got a fupa. I got a belly. Okay. Put it on his forehead.
And her
Put
freckles,
it on his forehead.
And she has freckles on her
These
butt.
These men do not care. They're here for it.
She has a freckly butt.
Oh no, I got a mom bod. I got a fupa. I got a belly. Okay, put it on his forehead.
Body is fucking insane. And
put it on his.
This is people make
that's a big ass belly button. That's like a bullet shot. What is that?
Yeah. She's I don't know, but I think she's had a baby or something. But just her, like, people don't like cellulite or they claim that. Or I'm perfectly okay with that butt. Just a big fat.
They're here
butt.
for it.
That's
girls be like, oh no, I got a mom bod.
Okay. I'll stop perving out. Okay.
The Metcon 9 is $200.
Chill, Sevi.
Yo, can we talk about what's going on with the cost of being a human being these days? I'm fucking sick and tired of it.
God, you're such a tool. If you don't need to wear shoes, Hunter. You're a Malibu boy.
$200 for a pair of sneaks?
You don't need them.
Dude, go get yourself some Chuck Taylors, screw Nike, and get your work done, dude.
You don't look at okay. Here, I'll help you save money. You ready? I'll help you save money. Here.
Nudist Colony, go.
Yeah, here you go. For all of you who are into gym equipment, this is for you. This is from Lucas Parker. This will help you save money. Man, this guy is weird. I love him.
Where barbells come from? Well, I'm going to show you how to grow your own right in your backyard. You're going to want to start with a PVC or a dowel and plant it about 8 to 10 inches deep. That's what she said. Fertilize it with some change plates, and we'll come back to check on it in about a month. All right, we're coming back to check on our sapling. Looks like it's doing well. Maybe 5.5 feet tall, maybe 10 kilos. Gonna water it with some Nova 3 Labs protein powder. Make sure it gets those gains. Link in bio. Well, here you have it, folks. A fully grown and matured barbell. Looks to be about 28, 29 millimeters in diameter and should weigh about 20 kilos after it's been pruned.
How's that?
So that's where barbells come from.
I'm not gonna lie, seeing that guy without his beard startled me.
Yeah, he almost looked. You wonder if like he has cancer, or anorexia, or something without his beard. Like, are you okay? Yeah, are you okay?
You know, it's too expensive nowadays. The world's too expensive. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I mean, from the guy that fucking bought the $200,000 truck.
I mean, that's expensive, but I wanted to have that expense in my life. I just got I was flying Delta, and I'm trying to make a good relationship out of Delta, but I'm going to call you the fuck out, Delta. The flight itself was expensive, To fly across the country and use the Wi-Fi was $39 for the flight.
Oh my God. Yeah, that shit hurts.
It's just like, what? There was 54 rows in this plane. So it's like, there's a lot.
$39 to use the Wi-Fi, or you could use it for an hour for $12.95, or for $150, you can buy a year pass, and you're just like, fuck, these all suck.
No, the year pass is $500.
Oh my goodness, $500.
I don't know what's going on, man. Gas $7, this internet through the roof, everything. Sandwiches cost $9,000. I'm not with it.
Oh, there is something I wanted to show you.
Dude, look at this. I said that, and everyone's just like, Biden, wokeness, go woke, go broke. This is intense.
Yeah. My group is wise and logical and loving. But shut it. Okay, listen to this. This is something. I wonder if your truck has this. This is so cool. Look at this.
I can't hear it.
Oh, you can. Oh shit. Okay. So this is the new Audi.
Linked to all of the traffic lights. So when you're driving and you come up to
The new Audi is linked to all of the traffic lights, and he's telling the story of what that means.
a traffic light and it's red, it'll have a countdown for when it's going to turn green. So it'll be like 5, 4.
No way.
And they also have a feature where it tells you if you want to hit every single green light and never get caught, what speed to be at. It'll be like to hit all green lights on this route, travel at 35 miles an hour, and you'll be perfect.
How does Audi have access to that? Like,
I don't know.
They're going to show a picture of it. So watch. Here we go.
Light will turn green. Check it out. 7, 6, 5, 4.
That's in Audis.
2, 1. Green. There you go.
The new
Did you see that shit?
Dude, don't believe in this shit. Get yourself an old 1990 Bronco with no tech in it, because when the robots come for you, they're going to take over your simp car. And
Simp car? Does that mean like pussy car? Like just a what?
they're going to take it over, dude, and they're going to fuck your shit up. I'm telling you right now. That's why I'm telling you right now, if you're getting more integrated in the tech, you are getting further into the weeds on this thing. Everyone's deep in the weeds right now. They're surrounded by all this sweet tech. They're like, iPhone 13, Audi, it's so cool. And they don't see the bigger picture that robots are going to take over in like 5 days.
Okay, you'll like this. So you're more old school.
I'm just removing as many opportunities for issue as possible.
Now, this really trips me out. If you're a dude, you can't just go up to a random girl and touch her boobs. Or if you're a girl, you can't go up to a random girl and touch her boobs. It's probably like sexual assault or something, right? But we all know not to do that. Like, I've never touched anyone's boobs I don't know. You need to be cleared hot, right? You need to have like a note, have them sign something, right? These days.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Let's
Well,
see. I'm assuming this monkey's about to get some action.
What the fuck is going on here? How is that appropriate?
Look at that level of entertainment, though.
Because it's a fucking monkey with Down syndrome, it's okay? Or she's just cool, like that. She doesn't have boundaries.
Well, you see how physical animals get with each other right away. But I think as soon as like there's this level of intelligence.
Nothing with a fucking brain over the size of a walnut can touch my titties without asking. Is that the logic?
Well, dude, that's the weird thing. It's like all of a sudden society creates boundaries around things. I'm not saying it's appropriate to go up and just grab everybody's titties, but it's also not like if you're amongst like people that you know or familiarized with, it shouldn't be a world-class felony.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. I also think it's crazy that if you get caught peeing in public, that you could be considered a sex offender. It's
sexual assault, I think, if you slap a girl on the butt, or if a girl slaps you on the butt.
I wonder if this is going to change because of the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case, that sexual assaults may become a little bit more, I don't know, available to the male
acceptable
community. Yeah.
Why did he do something bad to her? I didn't.
No. I'm talking about like vice versa. Like if you are sexually harassed by like a woman, And I'm not saying there's a lot of this happening. I'm just saying if it was to happen.
I've been sexually harassed by a woman. Have you? I can't even tell the story.
In a way that really made me feel super uncomfortable, no, but definitely if I had done it to a woman.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah, like some crate, it didn't make, well, twice I felt uncomfortable, but not not traumatic, but like, holy fuck, how am I going to get out of this?
Certainly wouldn't have been appropriate if I had done it. It would have been trouble. It would have been big trouble.
I'm trying to think if a dude is ever sexually
harassed you, dude.
Yeah.
I've been fucking. I've had
galore.
my junk grabbed so many times, and I just am like, okay, just like bumper cars.
Hey, ever skin to skin on your junk, or just like through your jeans and shit?
Oh, no.
You ever had anyone like reach into your pantalones and tug the boat?
You wear skinny jeans for that. But dude, there's no difference between skinny jeans. It's like, it might as well be skin on skin.
Dude, let me tell you something. I have no issue with some dude fucking trying to grab my cock through my pants. Trying to actually touch it, his hand to my cock, that's a no-go.
No, I get it. But
I don't want to. I don't want to feel your. I don't want to know your body temperature through my penis. Hunter's 98.6. How do you know? Well, because I rested my dick on his hand. No, thank you.
Your perceived difference is like 1,000 miles theoretically, but in truth, it's only like 1 millimeter of blue jean.
I have my boundaries.
I get it, but that's what
I have my boundaries.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I have my boundaries. Hey, yesterday I was trying. This guy was on the show, right? Joyal, and we were talking about his steroid use, and it was hard for him, regardless of how insensitive you are, my friend. How passionate you are about the subject. As an athlete, you have insights that I don't have. That's what I meant to say. And as a man who's committed so much to performance. Where is he? Shit, we lost him. Okay. In the meantime, let's bring this up. I bet you his battery died or something. You guys are gonna fucking love this. We'll finish the show with this. This is so good. Okay, ready? Here we go. So this is a guy, and he's holding a squirrel, and I think he has to let the squirrel go. His wife's telling him he can't keep this as a pet, right?
Look at the camera and say goodbye to Hoss.
She's making him say goodbye to the squirrel. Like a good alpha male.
There you go.
He's petting the squirrel goodbye.
There you go.
Bye, squirrel. Bye. See you later. Bye, squirrel.
There you go.
It's his favorite pet. He raised that thing since it was a baby. Oh my goodness. And the family cat runs up there and eats the squirrel. Bye-bye. Hi, Hunter. Hi. Good to have you on the show, buddy.
My computer died, man. I was having such a good time. I wasn't looking at the power numbers on my computer.
Show's over anyway. Fuck it.
Well, I had a really good time. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. And I'm sorry if I hurt your boyfriend's feelings.
No, not at all. It was good. It's good. It's good to get perspective. It can't be just a one-sided show of me preaching from my fucking ivory tower from the Three Plain Brothers empire. My privileged life, my privileged Armenian life.
You're a sweet angel, and the world knows that.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'll be in touch.
All right, dude. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming on.
See you, brother.
Peace and love. Hunter McIntyre. I had him for an hour and 20 minutes. Let's not get greedy. Dick Butter says, eat shit, Hunter. Love you. Spoken from Dick Butter. Show got way better. What happened? How many did you ever I'm gonna leave on a good note, happy note, funny note, sad note. Yesterday I used the example when I was talking about Dave Eubanks and him being against the Second Amendment. I was thinking I brought up the Mayhem Empire and how those 50 or 60 or 100 athletes are going to feel at the CrossFit Games knowing that the head judge is completely against, openly against, and militant against their beliefs in the Second Amendment. And it made me also think of the fact that so many people talk about as a justification for terminating pregnancies, they say because the baby would be born into a poor life. And I think about the Froning kids because they're all adopted. And it's such a weird thing to justify terminating kids because of the life that they would be born into, and that it's nuts. I just can't get my head wrapped around it. I'm pro-choice. Don't get confused. I'm pro-choice. Just like to look at the subject. It's a cool subject. Yes, get Ellie on. She's wonderful. I know that was amazing. And I love me some Heidi, but that was amazing that she came on here yesterday. That was a fucking moment in the show's history. That basically shows that we're a community and that we're hanging out on here, and you never know who's watching. We're fucking 800 people live. And the fact that she came on, she was so transparent. People keep saying that I need a woman on the shows, on the game shows, like to help with the analysis. I'm going to ask her. I DM'd her yesterday. I don't have her phone number. I DM'd her yesterday and said, hey, thanks for chiming in on the show. And, Heidi, are you going to, you love it too. I know it was crazy, right? You should write something in the Fake Sevan podcast. Make sure you put a note in there. Yesterday, Heidi Kroom got knocked the fuck out. Trying to call Ellie out. How dare you? Man, my arm is hurting. I did squat cleans with 135 yesterday. I haven't done that. And that's another thing I probably haven't done in 10 years. But that rowing thing I did made me just think, oh, maybe I should start trying some other shit that I don't do anymore either. Ellie is a good dude. What show was that? Keep missing live shows. Check out yesterday's show with Nicholas Joyelle. Man, that one was good. Yeah, that was an interesting show. My wife didn't like the fact that I was talking about the hand job thing. She says when I talk about hand jobs, I need to make sure that when I refer to someone's sex that I say men and not boys, and that's true. Men and women. I'm going to start only using those terms instead of boys and girls, because you got to be clear. Okay. I am taking my kids over to Garth Taylor Jiu-Jitsu this morning. Well, they're going to train with Brandon over there. It's a private class the three of them do, where they do striking, takedowns, ground and pound, the whole fucking thing. It's a whole mix of things. It's their MMA class. They do it once a week with this dude. And then afterwards, we are going to skateboard over to Cat and Cloud, super woke, trendy douchebag coffee shop. But it's right there and it's cool. And the employees are nice. But it's a place, where everyone will be masked except us. And then from there, I will come home, and Derek will come over, and he will teach the boy. We have a fat skate ramp in the yard, and he'll skate with the boys for an hour and then play guitar and piano with them for an hour. And at that point, I'll be prepping for tonight's show while they're doing that I have with J.R. Howell and Taylor Self. And it's a show on programming. Now, what's going to be interesting about tonight's show is programming interests me zero. Really, nothing interests me zero. But for some reason, programming interests me zero. So it'll be interesting to see how I do in tonight's show. Yeah. It's California, buddy. It's California. Yeah. Totally. Tons of masks. All right, guys. Peace and love. Thanks for coming on. Hunter, thanks for coming on. I will see you guys this evening. Bye-bye.